Today, we explore the hidden world of assassins, where precision meets deceit. Meet Mike, a seasoned hitman working under the guidance of Big Ray, a retired assassin with a legendary reputation. In this secret group of killers, Mike is considered the best. Each assassin here has their unique way of doing things, but something is interesting about Mike, a big, hot-headed guy with a wild approach to assassination that's not very popular with their clients. Once, Mike accepted a mission to eliminate an inebriated office worker. The man stumbled home late at night, completely unaware that Mike had slipped into his house. Drunk and fixated on a watch, the man tried to reach it while precariously standing on a chair. Mike anticipated every move, and when the intoxicated man finally stood on the chair, Mike swiftly employed a rope to strangle him from behind. The bewildered man, now hanging, had no idea what had happened. "Do you know who I am?" Mike replied dispassionately before kicking the chair away. "Yes, I know who you are. You're worth $25,000. This incident revealed that Mike's only concern was money. He didn't discriminate between good and bad targets as long as there was payment involved. After documenting the assassination with a photograph, he departed. Following each mission, Mike sought a way to unwind. He didn't opt for anything extravagant but instead headed to a pub. There, he discreetly paid off the 2 security guards to leave. Inside, Mike witnessed a group of unruly thugs harassing an attractive lady. A surge of anger coursed through him, and without hesitation, he confronted and incapacitated each thug one by one. Their fighting skills paled in comparison to Mike's, and they charged recklessly at him. Among the group of assassins under Big Ray's employ, there is a seemingly ordinary specialist in poisons, someone with the ability to transform everyday objects into lethal weapons. One touch, one breath, and their victims fall without a fight. Max and Mick, former Special Forces buddies, excel at making their killings look like ordinary accidents on the street, leaving no clues for the police to follow. And don't forget Jane, who's skilled with a katana, and Fred, the chubby strategist with a knack for clever methods, like creating a deadly gas that once wiped out an entire team. But in this group of killers, there's Milton, a bald man who's a crucial part of their organization. He's the one who listens to what clients want and then gives assignments to the assassins based on those requests, all while managing the money flowing through their illegal business. In this hidden world of contract killings, Mike stands out, attracting the most dangerous missions that continually test his deadly skills. Once, Mike received an assignment from Milton to eliminate a young accountant named Root, who had been offered double the pay to expedite his demise. Mike, without hesitation, accepted the mission. Armed with a pneumatic shotgun loaded with glass shards, he meticulously observed Root's movements, waiting for the opportune moment. When a car approached at precisely the right angle, Mike sprang into action. He unleashed a barrage of glass fragments into the car's tire, causing it to swerve and tragically collide with Root. The scene resembled a tragic accident. With a smirk, Mike casually walked away, leaving the driver in the car, terrified by the belief that he had just taken a life. Next, Mike was tasked with eliminating an entire rock band. He infiltrated their venue quietly, blending in with the audience and enjoying the band's final performance. Spotting an exposed power supply line, Mike strategically spilled a glass of water on it. The band, performing with their electronic equipment, was electrocuted, leaving the bewildered audience in the dark. Later that night, Mike was contacted by Milton to collect his reward on the designated street for Root's assassination. Unexpectedly, an inexperienced assassin ambushed him, attempting martial arts moves to no avail. Mike swiftly subdued the assailant, delivering a fatal chokehold and neck twist. He arranged the body on the sidewalk with his motorcycle nearby, creating the appearance of a tragic accident. Returning home, Mike received a devastating call from Charlie about his ex-girlfriend Beth's death. Beth, an environmental activist who had disrupted several factories, had been brutally attacked by thieves during an attempted robbery. The thieves, fearing exposure, had killed Beth to conceal their crime. It all began with a dreadful mistake. The police had uncovered the fingerprints of 2 thieves in their investigation. However, just days later, both thieves mysteriously perished from drug overdoses. The enigma deepened when Charlie disclosed a devastating secret. Beth, Mike's ex-girlfriend, had been pregnant with his child. It was a tragic revelation. Determined to uncover the truth, Mike visited Beth's former apartment. As he inspected the scene, his expertise revealed it was no ordinary burglary but an assassination. Police files showed Beth had traces of sleeping pills in her system, though she had no fear of flying. Mike concluded she was drugged and covertly assassinated, the crime scene meticulously manipulated to resemble a failed robbery with the fingerprints of unwitting drug addicts. The culprits? Mick and Mac, as Mike soon discovered. Fueled by anger, Mike confronted them, demanding answers. With nonchalance, Mick and Mac openly admitted their involvement, justifying it as a mere job. They argued that, given Beth and Mike's severed ties, they were free to act as they pleased. Unbeknownst to them, Beth was still carrying Mike's child, intensifying Mike's fury. He launched a ferocious attack. Battling two former Special Forces operatives alone would typically be insurmountable, but Mike's exceptional assassin skills and a hint of narrative fortune tipped the scales in his favor. Employing swift and relentless maneuvers honed through rigorous training in countless missions, Mike incapacitated Mac with a powerful elbow strike and punch, delivering a jaw-dropping mid-air kick to Mick's face. An incensed Mike confronts Ray, demanding to know if Milton is the mastermind behind these events. Their heated exchange escalates into a series of intense arguments, ultimately leading to Mike storming out. Little did everyone know that beneath Mike's professional fighting and assassination abilities, he had a history of being bullied during his youth, a painful memory resurfacing. In a flashback, a gang of teenagers pursued young Mike, subjecting him to relentless bullying and extorting his lunch money. With limited earnings from selling newspapers, young Mike couldn't possibly meet their demands all day long. Once, Mike caught a middle-aged man breaking into a house, carrying a gas cylinder that didn't mark him as a gas company employee. Within seconds of the man's entry, the house erupted in a devastating explosion. Oddly, the man emerged unscathed. Intrigued, Mike began shadowing him for weeks and uncovered a startling truth. This man was an assassin who accepted contracts for hits, cleverly disguising them as accidents. To Mike's surprise, the man turned out to be Big Ray, a notorious figure in the underworld. Mike confronted Big Ray, extracting a damning piece of evidence that forced the seasoned assassin to mentor him. Mike revealed his painful past of being bullied and his desire to eliminate the ringleader without facing prison time. Recognizing Mike's determination and natural stealth, Big Ray saw potential in him and began imparting his deadly skills. Big Ray revealed the possibility of executing accidental assassinations. One day, seizing an opportunity, Mike infiltrated the target's home during his absence. He affixed a bill to the antenna and concealed himself beneath blankets. Upon the man's return, reaching for the money, he remained oblivious to the lurking danger. In a swift move, Mike leapt from hiding, sending the man tumbling over the railing to his doom. The mission was accomplished, and Mike felt a surge of triumph, though he acknowledged his assassination skills were basic. Big Ray captured this crucial moment on camera, a reminder of Mike's need for improvement. Despite his elation, he knew he required more practice to become a true professional. Big Ray took it upon himself to mentor Mike comprehensively, covering precision shooting, creating seemingly accidental incidents, and self-defense tactics. Over time, their relationship transformed into that of a father mentoring his son, propelling Mike to the top tier of assassins within the organization. Mike then sought answers from Charlie, who confirmed Beth's assassination and revealed the existence of a crucial hard drive containing vital information. Its backup was stored at Beth's parents' house. Just as they were making plans, a bearded assassin from the guild entered, sent by an unknown party to eliminate Charlie. The bearded man, known for his fiery temper, unleashed a destructive frenzy when his rage ignited. He swung wildly, a relentless force. Charlie seized a fleeting moment when his focus wavered, plunging a knife into his shoulder. Yet, his sheer strength thwarted her effort. In a desperate struggle, he aimed to strike Mike with the knife. Fate intervened as he stumbled onto an axe, causing mortal injuries. In his final breaths, the bearded man disclosed that Milton had dispatched him to assassinate Charlie. With newfound revelations, Mike urged Charlie to retrieve crucial documents from Beth's parents' home and contact him. Simultaneously, he confronted Milton, pressuring him to unveil the mastermind behind Charlie and Beth's assassinations. Reluctantly, Milton revealed the sinister orchestrator's name, Kent. The scene shifts to Big Ray, who is concerned by the turmoil Mike is causing, ordering the entire team of assassins to eliminate him. On the other side, Mike coordinated a meeting with Charlie, who had successfully secured Beth's documents. Charlie unveiled Beth's mission against the Indian Oil Company, Vancap, which had obtained drilling rights through government bribery. Root, an accountant at Vancap, had exposed the corruption to Beth. Astonishingly, Root, the very man Mike had previously eliminated, had a colleague named Kent, who was privy to Root's disclosure to Beth. This revelation prompted the company director to order the elimination of both Root and Beth. When Mike met Kent, their exchange grew increasingly heated as he prodded Kent for more information. Finally, unable to withstand the pressure, Kent confessed that he had surreptitiously recorded their entire conversation and then handed the damning recording to Mike. Just as Mike absorbed this revelation, Mick and Mac stormed in. Mick and Mac unleashed a torrent of bullets in a furious firefight. Mac, still recovering from a punch to the jaw, wore a brace and recklessly hurled grenades at Mike. In a moment of agility, Mike deftly kicked a grenade back towards them, causing an explosion that temporarily stunned the duo. Seizing the opportunity, Mike wrested control of Mac's gun, but in a tragic twist, Mick accidentally shot Mac as Mike used his body as a shield. Mick's bungling resembled the antics of a friend in a video game. Mike swiftly incapacitated Mick, dousing him with a fire extinguisher before rendering him unconscious. Outside, the poison assassin launched a secret ambush on Mike, clinging to his back while attempting to smother him with a poison-soaked cloth. However, Mike had sensed the danger and held his breath. The would-be killer intended to stab him with a knife, but Mike turned the tables, using the assassin's blade to strike and propel him down a flight of stairs. As Mike's journey continued, he encountered Fred, an initially unimposing assassin. With a swift punch, Mike incapacitated Fred and retrieved a poisoned bandage from his pocket. His next stop was the Vancap Company's director, guarded by a skilled female katana-wielding assassin. Despite her agility, Mike's strength prevailed, sending her crashing through a nearby door. An intense showdown ensued, with Mike ultimately emerging victorious, seizing her sword and striking her down with seemingly uncanny fortune. Turning his attention to the director, Mike rejected a bribe and swiftly beheaded the Indian executive. Returning to Big Ray, Mike confronted the enraged mentor and played the damning recording. The revelation unfolded that Kent had followed the director's orders, hiring Milton to eliminate 3 individuals: his brother, Root, Mike's former lover Beth, and Charlie. Kent stipulated that a single assassin should eliminate all 3 targets, with the understanding that once this task was accomplished, the assassin would meet their demise to erase any traces. Kent offered triple the payment for this sinister arrangement. Milton, driven by his insatiable greed, assigned Mike to eliminate his brother Root first, anticipating that Mike would not kill Beth. Subsequently, Milton sent a young assassin after Mike and assigned others to eliminate Beth and Charlie. This cunning plan aimed to pit lesser experienced assassins against a professional, ultimately leading to the murder of Mike's ex-girlfriend. It was a treacherous gambit that Milton had orchestrated. Milton faced a brutal beating from Big Ray as retribution for his deeds. Meanwhile, Mike discreetly administered a poisoned bandage to Milton, who remained oblivious. Milton succumbed to the deadly substance within minutes. While the truth was clear, Big Ray held a deep resentment toward Mike for dismantling the organization he had built. In the end, Big Ray reluctantly let Mike go but severed all ties with him. The film concluded, leaving a trail of revelation and betrayal in its wake.